Hey everybody, it's Rob here. The SPIRITBORN did it. It beat the highest pit tier of 150 on the live game in Season 6. Here you can see our friends here over in China have cracked the code, and there is yet another, what kind of optimization meta shift. There's two of them in fact, and we're going to show you here the full clear of the 150. You can see here he's hitting for almost 100 trillion on the boss here for the 150 clear. Absolutely melting it. I'm going to show you the full clear. He's actually hitting up to 200 trillion damage. This is the highest damage number that we have seen so far. And yeah, he's completely melting like the packs and everything here in the hardest pits, 150, where the monsters have quadrillions of HP. And we also have the full planner. And again, big credits to all these people here. I'm going to link everything below, including the original Chinese planner here. So it has finally been done, guys, and there is two new technologies. I'm gonna like quickly explain them and then we'll watch the video that make this possible. It's first of all the resolve stacking that we talked about in yesterday's video, and he took it to another level. So I have like 37 resolve at the moment. And if you look at the footage here, like this guy, he has 49 resolve stacks, 49. And that actually brings you to insane amounts of crit damage. You can see this in-game for just my stats here right now. So let's say I'm gonna go on the target dummy here. We're gonna choose bosses. And then you only watch my crit damage here. So I've already 9,000 crit damage, like baseline, because of all these resolves, like 10,000 almost here. 10,000 crit damage. And this is yet another scaler here that scales with your resolve. And then on top of this, we're also stacking resource cost reduction on the rings. Like you might have seen this. If you take a channeling pylon, that your DPS goes up. So it seems there's been some weird interaction with if you have more resource cost reduction with Kepeleke, your DPS actually goes up. And I'm going to show this to you here, the current numbers here that we're hitting. And just on these target dummies, like they're already in the trillions of damage as well. You see here they're 8 trillion, boom. And it just like keeps going up like this. And like we've been hitting like even just on the dummies here, and on the boss it's going to be even way more. For trillions and trillions of damage. And yeah, we've actually breached the 10 trillion mark here on the SPIRITBORN, just going completely crazy with resolve stacking. And I don't even have any triple crits here. So there you see there, 9 trillion, boom, 9 trillion again, 11 trillion, and it just keeps going crazy like this. And again, I only have 37 resolve stacks, and you can in fact have 49 if you triple crit your pants, if you triple crit your chest. Now this is going to take a lot of rawhide, a lot of masterwork materials, a lot of souls. And now also we are not playing the harmony helm no more. We're actually playing the more resolve stacks on the helm together with more barrier. And yeah, let's just watch the entire video, and then we can go more into details here on some of the mechanics. So you guys can see here the monsters, and there's actually another bug that is also happening in 150 where the boss doesn't have full HP. But you can just kind of see here, like, how, I mean, we're not going to watch the entire thing, but you can kind of see here how crazy the numbers are. Like, he basically is playing the exact same setup as before, just stacking here up to 49, 48, like, depending on if he gets hit of crits. And you guys can just see there, 88 trillion damage. And this class at the moment is about 100,000 times. I was, like, thinking it's maybe, like, 10 to 100 times stronger than like Barbarian or all the other classes, but no, it's actually like 10,000 times stronger. I've not even seen other classes like hit for double or even triple billion, and this one is hitting for triple digit trillion, which is like a, you know, 1,000 multiplier, 1,000 times, like 3 extra zeros. And I mean, for most classes in comparison, it's like 4 or 5 extra zeros, like, let's be honest here. So SPIRITBORN is like flying high, and there's been like a lot of crazy interactions. We'll see if those are going to get changed, like the resource cost interaction, the block interaction, like going well above 100%, above and beyond 100% block. And also the vicious shield, where we actually like stack barrier. I think right now, for example, like we are stacking, if I'm attacking here, like we are stacking 20k life, 20k shield, and it just goes completely crazy once we stack the stuff up. The Bell of Hell is also going. So you guys can see I have 20k life, 20k barrier when we're attacking these dummies. And just with that, like, it goes up to like these tens of trillions numbers that we've been seeing here. And that's basically the main reason that the damage can even go so high. So there's like 3 or 4 weird interactions that allow this 150 clear to happen. You also notice here the monsters, they don't have any like elite affixes anymore. You see missing elite prefix. Like there's also like a bug in 150 where, I don't know, it wasn't fully done or something. Like the elites don't have affixes. There's no damage resistance, guys. And the boss spawns with like half HP. Or on 150 it spawns with like 5% HP. Because there seems to be like a number like scaling cap on top of everything that allows the monsters only to have a certain amount of HP basically. But yeah, like I mean, he's just gonna clear the run like this. Basically he's pulling in stuff. He's killing it. I'm going to show you like a bit more advanced here when we are like, I don't know, at like 10 minutes or so. I think as he gets like some crazy numbers around these marks here. You see he like barely keeps up with the time pretty much. So he has to like work really hard for it. And the DPS just goes crazy. And he will also pick a channeling pile. So he's hitting for like 100 trillion. Like without the channeling pile. And once he gets channeling pile, like you'll see. Lilith is coming home, guys. The bell of hell is going. So yeah, you're basically just spamming all your skills. And sometimes you're using Vortex now manually. You're using the Bulwark Barrier rune to get Barrier. You're using the Mercenary. You see he has Rahir to get your Fortify up. You see like the life is fortified. It is this effect here on Rahir. The shield charge that makes you fortify. You also get additional armor from it, and you have Taunt, Provoke here with Taunt, that gives you another 15% damage increase. And this is basically how he has these crazy numbers and crazy fortify. You see here 100 trillion, and I think here's like the 200 trillion hit as well. Like it just goes completely crazy. And again, I'm going to link the full video if you want to watch it. There are 200 trillion damage. If you want to watch it, I'm going to link that below. And let's just watch the last minute here as he continues to fight the elites. And you can see like he needs to position himself in a very certain way, because the Quill Volley is shotguns and it only does the maximum damage right at the center, where you hit basically the enemies with all your Quill Volleys, going completely crazy. Yeah, I mean the class balance is certainly very off, but it's also due to like many like multi-layers of bugs on top of bugs on the Spiritborn. But yeah, the other classes, like they kind of like struggle in T4, and the Spiritborn is doing 150. However, what you see here is not easy. Like this guy has perfect triple crit gear. He's probably been blasting for well over 100 hours into the season already, as he hits for like 95 trillion there. So he's been blasting like well over much time, and yeah, probably can still be optimized. I think at the end of it, like once there's a couple more rounds of optimization, people with like GG gear and Paragons, like you see, he has 264, so he definitely played a lot. In terms of Paragon, I actually like am 273 now, but like you need the XP is going like wild up. And I've not really been focused on XP, so you could be like 285 now or something. Maybe we'll see Paragon 300 in a couple days. It's still like the last 10 levels still take quite some time. And you see here, he only is able to clear this tier. We'll jump a bit ahead here a second as well, once he like kills these. So he just keeps killing these monsters. He's actually running out of monsters to kill as he blasts them down. I think he spawns the boss from this. And then watch what happens. Like see, boom, there's the boss spawn. And look at the boss fight. So this is another bug. You see, the boss only has 5% life somehow. And he's only able to do this. Like once they fix this bug, there's no way he could kill this boss. Because first of all, you have a big multiplier, double damage against injured targets when you have your hunter active. And you also have only 3 staggers. So that's 1 stagger, and you do like significantly more damage to a staggered target. So you see here, like he basically kills him like in these stagger durations. So he kills him extremely fast, but this would not be possible to do. And with that, he does 150 if the boss had full HP. So that's 150 done. There's an achievement for it, 150, boom. He doesn't even need any glyph ups or anything, like there's no glyphs to upgrade anymore. I also have like basically all the glyphs maxed, so people at that amount of like playtime, like you see every glyph here is basically just 100, like there's no more glyphs to level. And also 150 doesn't really give more glyph ups than anything. It also doesn't seem to give any more items or anything, so it's really just a prestige thing. But yeah, I'm gonna link this video here below. Again, there's also the OG Chinese planner here if you understand Chinese. But we also have the English version here with the full credits and some additional explanation. So what we're doing, I mean, I can show this to you at my gear example, because I'm like the same build now, but basically I didn't triple crit the stuff. So what we're doing here is we're playing Forest Power on the helm. And I mean, it doesn't really matter what you have where. Like, we are playing Byron Morris for 1.2x and we're playing Forest Power. Like, you can switch these, doesn't matter. You want to stack life, you want to stack max resource on the helm, you want to stack barrier generation, you want to have at least 123. Right now I have overkill because I have wrong masterworks. But 123 barrier generation for your earthen bulwark to instantly get you 100% of your life in shield. So right now I have one masterwork here. And then you want to triple crit the max resolve stack. This is going to give you 13, and it's going to allow you in the end to have these 49 resolve stacks, giving you maybe like almost 20,000% crit damage here. By the end of it, like when everything is active and stuff, you see my crit damage, like it already goes over 10,000. But yeah, it can go even higher, like crazy stuff. And then we are rocking gloves here. This is Moonrise with Quill, Volley, Ranks. Ideally you want to triple crit this, and ideally you want also overpower damage instead of basic skill. I just don't have any temper rolls left. And yeah, pants look like this. Again, triple crit the resolve stack. So we triple crit this, triple crit that, triple crit this. This is gonna take, I don't know, like 20k, 40k rawhide or something if you get lucky, and a bunch of optoxide materials. But yeah, very hard to do. This blaster here in China actually did it. So 49 stacks only with triple crits everywhere. And then we are rocking Duelist on the boots here, triple crit on life. We have a resolve stack block chance per resolve stack. This is what basically allows us to stack like 500, 600% block. Again, depending on your resolve stacks. Like if you have 49, it's basically 50 times 15. So that's like 750% block chance right there on top of the 100% that you have, on top of the 50%. So you're almost at 1,000% block. And with that, you're also getting crit damage from redirected force here, giving you an insane multiplier because you're getting multiplier equal to 70%. So if you have like 800% block, you're getting 70% of that as a multiplier. So this aspect here is giving you 7 times the damage, and then this is doubled again when you're actually blocking. So this multiplier here is like a 15% 15x multiplier. So that would be like 1,500% basically in the end. So the math on there is crazy. We're rocking barrier generation gems, really important to hit the 123 mark. And what he did, he actually had one roll, lucky hit, chance to freeze on one of his rolls. So this is to stagger the boss instantly. You can see in the video at the end, like he goes up to the boss and look how fast his stagger goes up. Like he just basically goes up to it and he gets like staggered like very fast. And this is a chance to lucky hit freeze. That's very important as well. At least on the high tier, like it doesn't really matter if you're just doing like 130 pits. But if you want to do 150, I think that's pretty good. But you need like very good armor rolls to even make it possible. So I don't have this right now, but eventually I'll probably roll it. Then Kepeleke, resource, masterwork, 3%, really important. We're rocking Xol Xal for maximum life, which basically is together with overpower, increasing our damage tremendously. So you see here these like crazy amounts of life. And it gets even crazier with our pre-buff setup. You see here, boom, this one gives us even more life. So you see here is the 20,000 life again. Everything masterworked, everything like fully maxed, 20,000 barrier. This is how it wants to look. Look, max barrier, max fortify, max life. That's what it needs to look. And then we are rocking POC Q on the other rune ward here, which basically allows us to cast the bulwark because we are constantly spending and generating our entire resource with Revenger active. You see, boom, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. So we're spending 300, 100% of our barrier every single hit, proccing this. And also proccing the Banished Lord's Talisman overpower. That's how all my hits, if I would activate, in gameplay here you can activate the numbers. If I would activate overpower numbers, I would press my skills. And once my Revenger is active, you see here, all my hits now are basically overpower damage. And they're scaling up like crazy. You see, even the overpower hits, I can't really tell. But the orange number is the overpower, and the white number here, the where you see it hitting for like, you know, tens of trillion. That's actually the Jaguar Spirit Hall that's triggering off your main attacks. So let me show this to you here. Yeah, this is the ones. You see it, boom, like this white numbers, that is pretty much the Jaguar Hall. Like here, this 8-9 trillion, that is the Jaguar Spirit Hall stacking up 15, every 15th time it's stacking up 15% of your damage of the last 0.5 seconds. And we're hitting a lot in 0.5 seconds, making this extremely powerful. So last two things here is ring, resource cost reduction, and then right now I still have resource generation. But another interesting thing that he did on the planner, as I mentioned before in the intro, that resource cost reduction and channeling pile are actually increasing your damage output with Kepelecke for some weird reason. So they're stacking resource cost reduction, and then they take 2 more points in vigorous to make up for it. I have a full calculator that I'm going to link in the description as well, where you can basically check how much resource you need with the different kind of things that you have. But yeah, if you don't have this vigor generation on your ring, you must take 3 points in vigorous and still have a good midnight sun ring to still achieve this and get another 10% damage increase from the resource cost reduction. However, I don't have this right now because we just learned about it pretty much, and we haven't really adapted it that much. But yeah, that's basically how it goes. That's the gear, and then Jaguar and Gorilla Spirit Hall further increasing your resolve, of course, and also making you unstoppable all the time, which is basically triggering certain other effects like in your skill tree, such as the unrestrained power, permanently procced with the Spirit Hall. And then you just have 2 points to unlock Quill Volley maxed, 3 in balanced, and you need 2 more points in vigorous. And what he did, he took it out of armor tight. So that means you're getting way less resolve. And this is like a bit more try-hard setup because you're not getting the 2 resolves from rank 5. So I'm not really ready to do this yet, but that's like the try-hard like push setup in the end, where you need vigorous and then the resource cost reduction on your rings. Everything else here is pretty much unchanged. 3 in unrestrained power, 3 in apex. We also have measured vortex here to knock down enemies early on and basically get the multipliers from your Paragon boards here, where you get another 1.3x against knockdown enemies. It also helps a ton. And everything else I think is pretty much unchanged. So Perseverance, this one is also crazy. If you have 50 or 49 resolve stacks, you're basically getting 75% damage reduction. It means like your damage that you take is divided by 4. So Perseverance is insane with all these resolve stacks. And on top of this, 49 resolve stacks also give you double damage from Colossal, because you're getting a 2% X for every stack that you have. And a lot of people ask me, because we're not playing Harmony anymore, like we're not having the Gorilla tag on our skill. But it doesn't matter, because this glyph gives us double damage. We are losing the 80% additive. That's also one of the reasons why we don't put more main stat points here. We just want to have it active. So we're still getting double damage plus another 12% against close enemies. We're losing the additive because no more Gorilla tag, but that is not relevant. Like 80% additive is nothing. We already have like thousands and thousands in the same category. You want to use it for the multiple effect. Then we are playing Scourge, we are playing Counter Attack. Again, we're getting this passively from our Midnight Sun Ring Counter Attack, because I get this question a lot as well. We'll probably do an FHQ video. 3 in Brilliance, 3 in Resilient, further increasing your life, further increasing your overpowers. 3 in Potent, 3 in Furnace, which also gives you multiplicative stacks for each ferocity stacks. We're also getting ferocity from our Hunter. You see, boom, that 13 times 1.5, that's still like a big multiplier. And still extremely strong. Then we are rocking 3 points in these passives here for obvious reasons, like it gives us resource and it gives us more damage when we cast our ultimate, which is the Hunter, which we can spam because we reset it. And then we have Portis Temple for the cooldown resets, going crazy. And then Paragon tree. There is one change in the Paragon tree. Spirit in the starter board. And then again, Vicious Shield and Fulminate here, again for convergence. Don't use Kenny, use Fulminate. You want it to max it to at least 150, so you get 150 lightning damage, so you get at least the full bonus for conversion. Then we're rocking Talon here in this board. We're rocking again Colossal with Revealing. And then in this last board, this is the Sapping board, you have 2 choices. You can go Mangerous. This one is giving you more resource, but it's giving you less damage because you are losing the gorilla casts now. And what he did is he used revenge. At least in the planet he shared, so I'm not sure, like you can use revenge here, you need to just, because it's giving you a similar amount and then you need to put the intelligence. It's giving you a similar amount of resource, but it's a bit less. You see like 285, and I think with the magistrate glyph, I think I'm still going to use this glyph. It's 300, so you see we are losing about 24 resources with this. So I still think that the Magarist is gonna outscale Revenge. However, the Chinese planner had the Thorns glyphs here, and then obviously you put points in intelligence. However, I'm not sure if that's a mistake on his part or just a mistake in the planner, right? Might still be. But anyways, that is basically the entire setup, guys. This build is extremely strong, and the meta keeps evolving. So I have the English planner here, but yeah, also be sure to check out all these amazing people, like all these deserve credit. I'm sorry I can't pronounce their names, but all their links are going to be here and also in the video description if you want to check them out. And yeah, Spiritborn class is crazy. Hitting here, this is the highest number I've seen, 235 trillion damage and blasting down, you know, the hardest pit contents here with ease. I hope you enjoyed the overview, guys. This is, I don't know, for now the final version of the build, but I'm pretty sure, as this is a new class and this is like just gonna happen, guys, with new classes, there's more and more innovation, and I'll do my best to keep you updated on all the stuff that is happening. We already have a bunch of planner versions out there, and I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be the last one, but the pace of which the meta is evolving, especially now that 150, the cap has been hit, is gonna slow down. But we had basically an entire like meta shift or some new like, you know, breakthrough and new things to learn every single day now. And I think with this it's gonna slow down a bit. Like this setup is like already pretty optimized and finalized. However, it might not be the last of it yet. So I hope you enjoyed the overview, my friends. Again, check out the planners. Everything is gonna be in the description. I will keep you updated with more stuff. Spiritborn is amazing, so if you haven't tried it out yet, if you're struggling on your Barbarian, just try some Spiritborn for this season, and then we're hoping for some other class buffs mid-season patch. We really need them. Spiritborn is flying a bit too crazy. I like that it's overpowered, but it's maybe a little too strong compared to the other classes, so I'm really hoping we could see some laughs for the Sorcerers, for the Druids, for the Necromancers, for the Barbarians, and for the other classes here. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon. GG. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.